I'm Ron Lynn. I'm a guitar player and producer, engineer, and lived in Hickman County all my life. I started writing music in '68, so I was only like 13, 14 years old, and I would write when I should have been studying at school, I'd be sitting there thinking about song lyrics. And I actually put some people together and went into a local studio, which is very important too, and a big influence on me in terms of learning how to record and do it right. Red Wortham had a studio in Bon Aqua, and it's called Bon Aqua Sound Studios, which Johnny Cash cut there once he moved here. There's a book called Last Train to Memphis that was put out a couple of years ago. And in this book it mentions Red. And I thought what was so great about it, and I didn't know the story, but Red had produced this group called the Prisonaires. He had went into the Tennessee State Prison, and these guys, were really good. So he was working with those guys. And from what I understand, it didn't really do anything. He couldn't really do anything with it, but he liked the song. So he sent it to Sam Phillips, who was a friend of his at the time at Sun. And if you read this book, it will tell you, according to Sam Phillips, that Elvis might not have ever became what he did had it not been the fact that Red sent him this demo of this song, telling him that he should find a singer who could do this. So he started looking for a singer. And really what happened was, when Presley came in, he thought maybe he could sing this tune. Then what happened was he finally decided he didn't think Presley could sing this tune, that it wasn't his type of song, but then he had Presley. I mean, that was kind of the thing. So if you read that book, it's kind of an interesting thing about Red that, he had that influence, and who knows, Sam might have not ever wanted to even seen Elvis if not for that tune. And so I cut a 45 there with some guys and learned how to do it, and it was all done in mono, which if you don't understand that compared to today, we can go back and correct all the mistakes in a heartbeat, but back in those days it was all the performance and you had to do it right. So it took us 14 hours to cut two sides, which tells you a whole lot about the group at the time. But it was a great, experience, and I started getting to do some work with him at the studio then as a guitar player. That was probably the first commercial studio here in the county.